Oh, these carrots are divine. You get a dozen for a dime. It's magic. Don't y'all just love my song? I know y'all do. Y'all come in here. I got a minute. That's all I got is a minute. So y'all come in here and fire off. We can exchange thoughts. We can dialogue. But I only got a minute. So y'all come on in here, man. Let's fellowship. Ain't nothing wrong with no fellowship, is it? Seem like the notifications are going out slow, but we gonna be all right. Good evening. What the fuck is going on, people? I want to know. Include me. Don't leave me out. Do-do. What up, though? 7 Mile, Detroit. Y'all see that video last night? I gave y'all a little T-Stucky love. Yeah, man, they not being fair right now. It's like they trying to suppress the dribble. But I'm fighting through the screens. Peace to the chat. How's everybody's evening going on? How's everybody's evening going? I just got out the gym. I just got done lifting iron. I feel gizzard. I'm about to smoke a blizzard and watch the Rizzo cool and keep my eyes peeled, man. You gotta look both ways before crossing, man, because there's a lot of double crosses going on. He said, Gully, thanks for the Haitian Jack. You're more than welcome. Peace. As y'all come in here, like the video. Just like it. Salute to you, too. I don't know how much more daylight we got, but I wanted to come in here and that's why I'm in this motherfucker. What's your name? Parson79. That's why I'm in this motherfucker. That irritated me for some reason. And I believe that he's a good guy. But let's stop the bullshit, my nigga. And it's an old video. And it's old. Napoleon and none of the outlaws did not confront no Jimmy Henchman or no Haitian Jack, man. Don't do that, man. They shouldn't even use them words, fam. Like, if that was my people that got robbed or some shit like that, and I was forced to do something, I would have did something. You seen the nigga somewhere. He was 50-something. You was supposed to at least slide him or something. All of that, you didn't confront nobody, fam. Don't do that. Don't do that. He said, Gully, you're doing some legendary work. You know what I call it? El Dribble. Pee Wee Mac, what's up, baby? See you in here working. But I just got out the gym and I just want to show my face, man. You know, just want to show my face, man. Wiggle all my fingers and toes. Can everybody wiggle their fingers and toes? That's all I wanted to do. I got a dope interview coming with this female rapper named Inked Up Baddie from Harrisburg. If you from Harrisburg, call her up. Say, yo, that Gully TV nigga talking about you, girl. Like, it's on and popping. He said you're getting your Ed Bradley on for quite some time. From the time I boarded the plane, I was getting my Ed Bradley on. This is true. He said, how on earth did they fumble? I don't know about the fumblage, but I know that did nobody homeboy didn't confront no Haitian Jack and Jimmy Henchman. He should have told him to change that title. You ain't throw a punch at one of them niggas. You ain't hog spit. You ain't raise your voice. You ain't even cuss. Don't do that. The internet has a magnetism that it just force motherfuckers to say, man, I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that. I want to tell my story. And it's just crazy. He said, what's the gas prices? I don't know, man. I just copped 89, man. 89 and go. Why keep up with gas prices when you got to buy the shit anyway? You don't have a choice. He said, which outlaw, peace and goodwill to you, which outlaw saying this? Saying what? Saying what? My theme song for the rest of this year is You Won't Be Around Next Year. So a lot of niggas ain't gonna be around next year. And I'm happy. What do you think was the best basketball documentary? Hoop Dreams, probably on Hollow Ground. That's the one that was about Malloy Nesmith, Future. He said Jack and Jimmy having a serious convo and you got Buster clowning making jokes. Buster who clowning making jokes? I know you ain't talking about. He said Trenches News definitely not gonna be around. Trenches is on a coke. That nigga be publishing like 15 videos in a day, man. 2 minutes long, 2 hours long. Variations. He said that wasn't Busta Rhymes. I didn't think so. You won't be around next year. I'm so glad the dirty side of YouTube is crumbled. I'm glad that shit over with, man. Them niggas started getting annoying, man. I put a lot of work into my craft, man. Like, them niggas was attaching themselves to my shit. Making videos with my name. Blaspheming the dribble. He said, man, Jack said, if there's anything I can do, you know where I'm at, and you know what I do. I believe he was talking political corruption, because that's somebody in Jimmy Henchman's position. He need a little political help. He called them 10 views trenches. Speaking of 10, what happened to 10 toes down? 10 toes. Fight back. Don't go out like this. Fight back, my nigga. You had my name in your mouth for a whole year, nigga. And you seen that it got you nowhere. Now you tapping out. You ain't been coming through. You won't even respond to my insults. You just lost all of your bravado. Talk to me or talk back. Finito. Stick a fork in him. I knew you niggas wasn't long-winded, man. I don't think for a minute I liked that shit, or I enjoy seeing that shit, man. I be putting out some dope, and one of these retarded motherfuckers will wake up the next morning and be talking some shit. Retarded as a motherfucker. The one nigga making videos about me from public transportation, riding the bus. Then this bum ass nigga 10 toes. This nigga text my phone before, talking about what's up, where you at? Like we gonna chill at, like we gonna go to the fucking Black Rob funeral shit together or some shit. Man, I don't know your weird ass. I'm glad you're finished. He said, YouTube cleaning up house. He said Terrence Gangsta Williams was dissing you in his video. He ain't gonna get no rise out of me. He ain't gonna get no rebuttal. He's not gonna get no rebuttal. He's not. Nothing. go ahead and crumble, fam. Like he's on borrowed time too. Me and him have no conflict. I wasn't over here, snitch. You know I don't do that. But nah, fam, you ain't gonna drag me into no conflict to get noticed. Nope, you're not. He said 10 Toes ran the clubhouse and got ignored there as well. What's your thoughts on the TA Fat Joe situation? Great question. Y'all like the video, man. Y'all share this joint and shit. Great. What's up, pimp? Great question. If you look at it, Fat Joe had to have ghostwriters. He had to have ghostwriters. I remember my man used to play that first CD. I'm almost positive it was his first CD. It had a song, "Hey Joey, we gonna get this money." Had some shit like that, and then he had this joint, "Word, fuck what you heard." He had a couple of joints, right? And he had a couple of joints, right? To go from that to Don Cartagena, oh no, man. Oh no. No. It might have been some magic involved. Straight up. It might have been some magic involved in between. He escalated like very, very fast. He said that was a big leap in skill set, like a motherfucker. It's simple math. What he say? It's simple mathematics. You gotta love us, cause Joey Crack plus Gap equals a lot of dead motherfuckers. Just when you thought I was done, I recruited Pun, Terror Squad, Enterprise, Undisputed Done. He was killing that shit. Like, god damn, I'm from the slum where it hurts, and go to church like a mobster. Discussion, man, he was killing that shit, man. That's a big leap. So I don't know, but that that was my shit. He just escalated very fast, man. That take a look at my life and you pull up to the curb, pull the desert bird. I'm like, god damn, fam, was sheesh. He said Punk killed that. Indy, what's good? He said Scooter ain't doing no interviews. He was a real boss. Scooter booked still. Oh man, motherfuckers caught mad nits last night because of this one. This one ain't up there no more, man. This one ain't up there no more, but it's others. Niggas copped up last night. I appreciate y'all. He said Pun's rhyme book. Uh-oh. What do we have here? Did they say why Dolph was killed? You got to look into it a little further. I plan to go into a little. I'm examining it right now. That's why I took y'all to that bail hearing and shit. Gully, did Jack ever talk about McDonough got that good? There's two things that I swore to him. I vowed not to never discuss. I promised him. He asked me, and it's professional, common courtesy. His sex life and the Jay-Z incident. I can't talk about it. He made me promise not to talk about it. So I'm going to stick to that. He said T Black, Scooter, the names that don't get mentioned much with that story. Now that all of this has transpired, y'all can go back and listen to my Dexter Isaac interviews, and y'all probably will come to the conclusion that Dexter was probably telling the motherfucking truth the whole time. Like I told y'all, niggas came along trying to refute what Dexter said. Dexter ain't gonna blame that shit on Jimmy for no reason. He not just out of everybody in the world, I'm gonna say Jimmy Henchman. Out of everybody in the world, I'm going to say Tupac's speculation was right on Against All Odds. It was Jimmy Henchman. He said, do you believe if Jack and Jimmy had been a duo, it would have been no stopping them? Them niggas is gonna get shot. You can't keep applying pressure to motherfuckers, man. Like, them niggas is gonna get... Shit was happening with them niggas, man. Shit was going down, man. Shit was going down. Jimmy Henchman's been cut in the face. I forget the dude's name that they said did it. I think his name was Rat. His name was Rat or Stepper. Cut his face. Let me see. That shit that I told y'all about Haitian Jack with them Detroit niggas, that's for real. That's for real. He said, I believe Dexter, because if Tut or Scooter did it, Pac would have known. He said they know who to play with. He said, didn't Iverson press Jay-Z? Man, how Iverson gonna press Jay-Z? Jay-Z like 6'5". No, how tall that nigga is. I seen AI before. He's like 6'2". Skinny nigga. He said, what Dolph and Shorty Pops got in common? We gonna find out soon, man. Only industry dudes were scared of them. BK dudes wasn't scared of them, trust me. I believe that part too. I believe industry people was very, very spooked. Yeah. Them niggas don't got no Philly stories. Them niggas don't got no Philly stories. All of that monkey shit, all that slick shit, that extortion, that trying to back niggas in the corners and shit like that. They don't try that with Philly rappers. No. Niggas skip right around Philly. BMF skipped around Philly too. He said Philly ain't going at all. He said Shorty's Pops is the boss of the crew that killed Dolph. He said they'd be dead in a week in North. He said Philly wasn't moving like that when they was moving around. Of course they was. Of course they was. Jamal got on this very platform. Jamal's from Philadelphia, and he told how Haitian Jack was an acquaintance of Dallas Austin, and he was around him all the time. Sure he was. Sure Philly was popping. He said, your man James Harden demanding a trade. He like the third option nowadays. Y'all think he burned out already? Is Scarlett dissing PA in her song? I don't know what she doing. I'm glad you mentioned Scarlett. I got to get some clarity on this. I've mentioned Scarlett on my Instagram page, and I normally mention her in comparison to other female rappers. And I think in comparison to other female rappers, she's losing. Number one, she rapped to a hot dog. Like, what fucking part of the game is that? Please tell me, why was she rapping to a hot dog? Tell me why. Tell me one good... Hip-hop's been going on for 50 years. 50 years, right? This is the 50th year, right? In 50 years, nobody ever rapped to a goddamn hot dog, right? To go further into this, right? The hot dog is a simile for a penis. What the fuck? The hot dog is a simile for... Ain't no niggas gonna be rapping to no hot dogs because that's the glizziest shit. She openly let somebody put a fucking hot dog on a string, knowing it's supposed to resemble a penis, or... You feel me? And she put it in front of her face and got the rapper in front of it like this is normal behavior. I can't like that. I can't like that. That's how she was introduced to us. That with the... What I look like telling a nigga good morning and all of that shit. That don't make her bad. Just don't make her good by Gully TV standards. That's it. He said, New York gangsters and drug lords skipped around Jersey. They know better. They know about Jersey City and Newark. New York niggas was hustling out there. Jay-Z said Jay-Z said him and DeHaven went to Trenton and turned that shit all up. Did you sense any fear in Jack's voice while talking to Jimmy? He has a whole lot of respect for Jimmy's danger. He respects Jimmy's danger level. I hadn't heard him talk in that type of tone. He's normally the aggressive, the alpha. And he's good for telling motherfuckers what they doing wrong with their life and shit. He tried that shit with me, telling me that I was running Gully TV. No, you need to do this. You need to take that video down. And the same way he was telling Jimmy, see, man, what you was doing wrong is this. He do that a lot. He do. But he's 65 years old and shit. He might feel that he done lived a life that he could give a motherfucker some insight. My man said, respectfully, Jack wasn't really like that, yo. We not buying what you talking about. We got the stories, fam. He said Trenton is not Newark or Jersey City. You said that they wasn't in New Jersey. He said that's way south. Stop listening to rappers. I be in them cities all the time. Ain't that boxing sports bar in Jersey City? What it's called? Knockout? Right? Am I right? Ain't that what it's called? Exactly. He said they stories. He said I was around. Hey man, whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat. He ain't do nothing to nobody. He said real men that some people call gangsters will hustle anywhere in the world. TheRealDribble.com. Get there. He said it's called Ringside. I called it Knockout. See, I be up through there, nigga. Good evening, everybody. I appreciate y'all for coming through. I just wanted to show my face. Because y'all going to be seeing a lot more. Make sure y'all go to the podcast and listen to that video I did about blacks and Puerto Ricans and hip-hop. I'm glad that I said that. I'm saying this on live. Y'all ready for this? This needs to be said. The black and Puerto Rican relationship thing, the way it was going on in New York City, that was just in New York. I don't think the rest of the world was like that. I don't think blacks and Puerto Ricans was at war in the rest of the fucking 50 states and shit like that. Because it wasn't like that in Pennsylvania. We wasn't at war with it. There wasn't no Rodamazes and shit like that. You feel me? But the first time that we seen that, a nigga running from a Puerto Rican was on juice. You feel me? Because that's probably something that them niggas was dealing with. When I see it, I couldn't believe this shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on? like, they really running? Like, y'all ain't gonna jump him or nothing? Like, y'all, he got y'all running. Like, is this for real? Come to find out, it was fucking for real and shit. You feel me? And I believe that's why y'all don't want to share hip-hop with Puerto Ricans, because y'all the ones that's arguing about it. It started in the Bronx, right? Y'all the ones that's arguing and beefing about this shit. Ain't nobody else got no problem with Puerto Ricans. This needs to be said anyway. Y'all the only ones that was beefing with Puerto Ricans, y'all. Straight up. He said it's only Puerto Ricans in a few states. In Chicago, it's like that in certain areas. Getting chased? You don't get chased out of a motherfucker's neighborhood. Them niggas was getting chased up and down they block. He said Gully wants to give our culture away. Tell me what's our culture. We listening. What's our culture? We all here. What's our culture? Hip-hop music? Hip-hop music started in the 70s. So you trying to say that we didn't have no culture to the 70s? What's our culture? Let me roll up my sleeves. You got the right one. What's our culture? I was under the impression that hip-hop, how could it be our culture? And the original man been around forever. Hip-hop was, according to y'all, was started in the 70s. Right? He said, you crazy as hell, running from what? I didn't say it. Y'all said it. That the non-trade gangsters was started because the Puerto Ricans was oppressing black people on Rikers Island. I didn't make that up. I didn't say that. I don't know what other states niggas need to unite and make some defense for Puerto Ricans. I don't know if it was like that in Chicago, LA. I don't know if it was like that. I don't. It wasn't like that where I'm from. It wasn't. He said, all music is our culture. He said, I think that was just in prison. Nah, I asked my man, I asked some niggas from the Bronx. They told me they had problems with him. They told me they had problems with him. He said that was Rikers, not in the streets. It was in the streets. It was in the streets. When them drug crews was getting indicted, when them big-ass drug crews were getting indicted, it wasn't a lot of niggas in them organizations. Them Wild Cowboys and all of that shit. It wasn't a lot of niggas in them joints. It wasn't. It wasn't a lot of niggas in that shit. For real. He said, when nobody running in Harlem, bet that. Ask niggas from Washington Heights and Gun Hill. He said the Nietas turned fruit and was the first Blade gang. God damn. He said, not nowhere in the South. He said, Supreme, Magnetic, and Rap ran Black Crews in BK. He said, Dominicans and Puerto Ricans had the good weed in the 90s. He said, not in Oakland and not in New Orleans. He said, I see Al Prophet riding your coattails again with the Trump coverage. These niggas have no choice. They can't do nothing with the original man. They can't. Got these 7.5 original ounces of brain cells. They can't do nothing with this shit, yo. This shit get the firing on all cylinders. Shower Posse was... New York is the only place with enough Puerto Ricans to do work. Okay. I'm 52, grew up in Detroit when it was damn near 85% black. All I saw was us. You don't have Puerto Ricans in D.C. It ain't no Puerto Ricans in Pittsburgh or like that either. He said, Ricans in the South now, trust me. I'm from the Bronx, we call Puerto Ricans German, and we was on the same team. Why y'all call him? That's Don't Hate the... Is that my man? I thought what that was Don't Hide the Plug. I just felt that... I think that they was a part of hip-hop. I don't see the deviation. From the time that I was around hip-hop, I always seen Puerto Ricans. Wasn't Charlie Chase from the Cold Crush Puerto Rican? Wasn't he? He said Rochester is Rican Nation. He said Ricans got a whole section in Harrisburg. Rican and blacks is all love. He said, I would think Ricans was all up and down the East Coast. There are no Puerto Ricans in Indianapolis. Charlotte has a lot of Mexicans. I think that issue between blacks and Puerto Ricans, that shit probably was going down in New York City because it's a lot of them. It was probably enough. Like, I don't know, but I don't think that was the way the rest of the world was. I know it wasn't. I've been around Puerto Ricans all my life, embraced and loved, and it's love. Like, so they were saying, right, that ain't no Puerto Ricans was involved in hip-hop. Y'all think when Kool Herc put them fucking speakers in that park and start playing music, wasn't no Puerto Ricans out there? That don't make no fucking sense. If a motherfucker plays some music in public housing, everybody's gonna come outside. Everybody that's got a soul, especially kids. And y'all know Puerto Ricans ain't got no inhibitions. They gonna fucking dance and shit like that. He said, rap is a melting pot because the drum brings us all together. I just said that. Anybody with soul. Rakim said it. You know I got soul. Anybody with soul is going to be attracted to it. So to say in one breath that blacks and Puerto Ricans is the same and then turn around and say, no, they didn't have nothing to do with hip-hop, that's fucking contradictory. That don't make no fucking sense at all. By the late 70s, they was tagging in the UK. You think Puerto Ricans wasn't there from day one? You stupid. They always been some of the nicest b-boys, and they always been dope graffiti artists and shit. And if hip-hop entails b-boying, DJing, graffitiing, and these different elements, how can you exclude them from it? And they was always like the best. They perfected b-boying. They perfected that breaking shit. They did. Any fucking movie that you seen that was breaking, they was in there getting the fuck off. Any movie. Even, what's the nigga from Ozone, Turbo? Ozone was Puerto Rican. Ozone was Puerto Rican. He said, stop it, Gully. Blacks was the best b-boys. Blacks was the best wavers and poppers and shit like that. When a motherfucker hit that floor, them Rican niggas got that shit, yo. Them Rican niggas got that shit, man. Niggas was good at waving and up and pop locking and shit like that. This is the truth. It was niggas breaking too. We was breaking. We was windmilling. Them Puerto Ricans took that shit to the next level. They make a fan out your ass. I used to be in b-boy competitions. When we get done, we watching other groups. Man, them Ricans doing all kind of fucking backflips and shit in this motherfucker. Goddamn. Shit. He said Puerto Ricans was involved with it. That's the truth. Puerto Ricans and blacks are the same. Most Puerto Ricans are. It's moving really fast, man. I lost that one. He said nobody said there were no Puerto Ricans. People like Fat Joe said Puerto Ricans started it. That's impossible. That's impossible. That's impossible. If that's what triggered all of this, that statement, that's impossible. He's bugging. He said hip-hop started in the West Bronx in the late 60s by young black kids. It hit the South Bronx later, where the Ricans and Jamaicans added on. KRS confirmed it on the video. That assessment, I don't have no problem with that assessment. But to exclude Puerto Ricans from this shit, it makes no sense. Motherfuckers talking about, nah, they ain't had nothing to do with it. They wasn't there. Impossible. It happened in the Bronx, right? He said we ain't the same in prison. Only y'all got them problems with them niggas, man. Them Puerto Ricans and blacks don't have no problems in Pennsylvania prisons. We eat with them niggas, gamble. Them niggas be at the same poker tables, play dominoes with them niggas. Softball teams, baseball and shit with the Puerto Ricans. They play every sport, basically. Every now and then it'll be a few playing basketball too, but there is no deviation. Period. I ain't even get hip to that shit, like, until I got grown. I ain't even know it was like that. He said most Ricans are European descendants. I don't know where you got that from. You know what's funny as hell? You know what's funny as hell? When I was growing up, Puerto Ricans had afros. Puerto Ricans had afros when I was a kid, yo. If you go back and look at... Puerto Ricans had afros back in the day and shit. When afros was around, in the early, go look at them old pictures when motherfuckers with the butterfly collar and shit like that. Niggas and Ricans both got them big ass afros and shit. Nappy afros and shit. So what's the fucking difference and shit? I went to school with a girl named Lisa Stratton and shit. She wasn't, you know, She wasn't cute looking to me in school. She wasn't attractive to me in school. She had a big ass afro and shit. We all know what them girls grew up to be. We all know what them girls grew up to be. We all know that. We all know who them we all know when we see them that we adults, the Rican girls that we grew up with, you be like, God damn. Damn. I passed every bitch a note in the class except for her. He said you ask him if you think they black. I got Puerto Rican kids. It's been explained to me. Some of them call us Morenos and shit. I don't even take that offensive. It just mean brown man. You feel me? They explained it. They say, yeah, I got Puerto Rican kids. They didn't. Some of my people is racist. Some of my aunts be tripping about my mixed kids, my biracial, my black and my black kids like are not welcome in some of my relatives' houses and shit like that. Like I've been privy to that type of information, but you still can't put that case on everybody. They just misinformed. That's all. He said most of them are racist on the island. Most of the older generation is still in the BX. That's what I'm getting at. The older generations. He said all the old racist Puerto Ricans in New York only like that because they was around for the war. Most black people that grew up in the Midwest and the South didn't have problems with Ricans. That's a New York thing. I just said that. You know how you gotta, the district that you live in and shit, you gotta go to the polls in that district. My mother worked the polls with this Puerto Rican lady named Maria since I was a kid. They worked the same, because they in the same voting district. They worked the polls together since I was a kid. Mildred, Romanita, Rich, Junior, Carlos. This is my family. They've been around me my whole life. I can't even imagine no conflict with no Ricans. I can't. That's someplace else. That's somebody else's thing. He said, yep, it's a New York thing. Exactly. He said it's definitely a New York thing. In Jersey City, you'll see Puerto Ricans helping blacks fight Dominicans. That's crazy as hell. He said we got to stop that. He says 60% of Puerto Ricans have significant African ancestry. Only 16% identify as white. That's a very, very small percentage. He said, let's move on from the Rican versus black stuff. That's just, nah, man, we need to have this discussion and shit. This discussion is giving us some clarity and shit. There is no separation between us. Blacks and Puerto Ricans participated in the birth of hip-hop together. There ain't no issues. Nobody had no issue like that except for obviously New York City or maybe just the Bronx. Or maybe Rikers Island. But it wasn't like that everywhere else. It wasn't. He said, shout out to the coquito. I drink coquito. My man said, I'm Puerto Rican and I don't consider myself black or Spanish. I'm white. That's your business, fam. Enjoy. He said, this is separation. You just want to be accepted by them. I've been accepted by Puerto Ricans for a long time, man. I've been accepted by Puerto Ricans for a long time, man. I've been getting all kind of Latina pussy, man. Oh, my goodness. And let's make some clarity on this since you got an issue with them. They got their picks. I got chosen. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's your struggle, my nigga. I've been accepted by Puerto Ricans and shit. Give me Bisu. You know what that mean? Give me Bisu. You know what that mean? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit. He said nobody got the problem with the women. We ain't got no problem with no Puerto Rican niggas and shit. Man, my homie Danny Ruiz grew up in the fucking backyard right behind us and shit. Been around me all my life. My man Victor passed away in a car accident. Been around, man, I used to buy the gold fronts from the Puerto Rican niggas. The Puerto Rican niggas had the jewelry and shit. Man, I was in school. A motherfucking Puerto Rican nigga came to school one day in the 6th grade with gold caps in his motherfucking mouth, gold caps on the bottom, and had, this is when they came in the little plastic joints and shit. Man, where the fuck you get them from and shit? Buying the gold from the Rican niggas because their whole family selling dope. What the fuck is your problem, man? What the fuck? Straight up. This is the truth, man. Michelle, what's up, my nigga? Jacob, Jesse, Jamie, my man, I've been around Puerto Ricans my entire life, man. Like, I can't even wrap my mind around the separation. I can't. He said Puerto Ricans started the face tats in Philly. He said, good for you, Gully, but that don't make them black. It do make them black. It do make them black. If they don't feel they black, that's just them having a lack of knowledge of self. You feel me? You bugging. Don't you leave off this planet. Don't you leave off this planet and don't get you no Puerto Rican pussy, fam. Don't do it. Don't do it. You should feel cheated. All these goddamn women in this world. Oh, shit. He said they don't come from Africa. We don't come from Africa either. We don't come from Africa either. We from the United States. We from the United States. We don't come from Africa. We don't. He said, I had Puerto Ricans around me too. Wasn't they in Wild Style? Wasn't they in B Street? He said, I'm a big Indian. Do your genealogy. I'm Jamil Ali. I'm Cynthia's boy. That's who I am. I'm Cynthia's boy. Fifth Ave Media. It ain't that. Hassan said we ain't from Africa. We are galactic and our ancestors are inside them UFOs. That's what he's serving over there on his channel. Y'all like the video? It's 500 people here. Good evening to each and every one of y'all. He says, so your ancestors are not from Africa? My ancestors from Mississippi. They is. Did you hear about S-Bone? The nigga that's on the internet already? He got killed already? He said Rick Rubin was there too. That don't mean Jewish people created. Rick Rubin was not there. Rick Rubin was a part of Def Jam. That shit happened in Queens. That nigga got killed already? For what? He only been online a week. He only been online a week, man. Tell me y'all lying. I'm about to get up off here and smoke my L now. Tell me that dude. I just started kind of like paying attention to him, somewhat listening to what he was saying and shit. He said he got killed in a robbery gone wrong. Wow. The rumor is that he was hitting a lick. That nigga dead already, man. My man said I ain't from Africa. I'm from Chicago. He got killed in a robbery, playing in the street after dark. Wow. King Wayne. One more time, pimp. His name is S-Bone. He's a brother from the West Coast and shit. He just started You know, kind of having a presence online and shit. And he going already. They saying he going already. S-Bone. Damn. My man said 2 to the head. I just heard the Haitian Jack and Jimmy Henchman video. That was good content. But neither one of them cats can touch 50. He had 40 cripping a YouTuber. It was not a robbery. Lies. Damn. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, I just want to stick my head in here. I told y'all I ain't have all night. I got work to do, man. Make sure y'all go to the podcast on all streaming sites. All of them. Apple, Deezer, Spreaker, Spotify, Amazon. Wherever you get your podcast episodes at. He said, I'm from Yonkers, right by the Bronx. I know who was there. 1 or 2 Puerto Ricans being present is not creative credit. Puerto Ricans weren't even messing with us like that. You right. You right. He said 50 has no back, and that's why they feel they can get him. 50 got money. A guy named S-Bone from Cali. I'm about to get up out of here. I got to check into that story and shit. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram at @IamGullyTV_. @IamGullyTV_. Peace and blessings. Y'all enjoy y'all evening.